Hello everyone, you are watching ITV Gold and I'm your host Lati Lamba. Today joining us is Dr. Vijay Jolly. He is the former member of the Delhi legislature. He is one of the senior leaders in the Bharatiya Janata Party and he's currently a member of the National Executive Committee of the BJP. Today he will speak to us about a lot of pertinent issues but also why he has decided to visit the United States. So let's go right into it and ask our first question to none other than Dr. Vijay Jolly. Thank you so much for being with us on ITV Gold.
Thank you.
It's so great to have you here because we have a lot of questions and I'd like a lot of answers from you, so let's go right into it. My first question to you has to be about your trip to the United States. You are traveling across, you're meeting the community members, you're interacting with what's happening here. There's a lot of conversation on Indo-American relationships. How has that experience been for you so far? And please discuss with us the purpose of the visit.
Well, you see, I have been on a mission which has taken me 28 hours from India to New York, to Miami, and to Suriname, my first stop, on my mission to promote people-to-people friendship, of Indian diplomacy, of India's reaching out to the world, vibrant India, progressive India, friendly India, India represented by my dynamic Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. And in Suriname, I met the current President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, presented him a Ram Navami shawl, and invited him to visit India later this next year. And on my second stop was my trip to Guyana, meeting the people of Indian origin in Guyana, which constitute a large chunk of the population of Guyana.
Right.
And also had the privilege of meeting and greeting the current Honorable President of Guyana, Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali, and his Vice President, Bharat Jagdev, as well as his other minister in his government. And more so ever, also seeing the good work done by the Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, the Sanatan Dharma, and a host of other organizations in Guyana. And then my stop came over to Trinidad and Tobago, where meeting with the foreign minister, meeting with the Indian diaspora, as well as calling on the Indian High Commissioner. And now I'm in United States of America. I'm privileged, I'm honored when I was invited to address a 2,000 strong BAPS community temple meeting held to celebrate the 100th centenary celebrations of Pramukh Swami of BAP temple in America. I think today India is progressing. India is no more the world of or the land of snake charmers. India is shaking hands with the mighty in the world. And even in the corona pandemic, India exported and gifted corona vaccines to 97 countries of the world under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because India considers this whole world to be one great family. And in my Prime Minister's world, this whole family is Vasudev Kutumbakam.
Yeah, the world is one place,
yes.
One big place together. I want to talk to you about Prime Minister Modi's vision of India and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in a little bit, but I have to address a couple of issues with you which are very important, and it's gotten into national limelight. And since we have you in the studio, let's talk about it. The farmers' protest, a year-long protest which has finally ended. Farmers are now going back to their villages. It was one of the biggest protests we've ever seen in the world. There was a lot of media coverage on it. As the senior member of the Bharatiya Janata Party, how do you hope to now take forward the relationships with these farmers? And what is the next step that the BJP is thinking right now with Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
You see, I would wish to state, this is the first time in democratic India a legislation which was passed in the Indian Parliament in the interest of the Indian farming community by the government of the day, passed by Lok Sabha and as well as in the upper house of the parliament. I wish to salute my Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, and his government, which seeing that after certain sections of the farming community which expressed their displeasure, which were not happy, sensing their displeasure and discontentment, he chose to take a path to reach out to every section of the Indian society, whether it is farmers, whether it is agriculturists, whether it is the traders, whether it is a middleman. And I'm sure this is the reason why Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party came into complete majority in 2014 parliamentary election with 280 seats, and repeating that same performance in the 2019 election with more than 320 seats. This is the inclusive, this is the people-centric approach of the Bharatiya Janata Party under the leadership of Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, which has earned him the popularity. This is not a poll-bound decision. This is a decision of a government which has full mandate in the Indian Parliament and which takes every decision considering the people's emotions, people's demands, and in the present context, taking care of a particular section of the farmers' community related to Punjab and Haryana. I'm sure it will go a very long way in the progressive farm and agriculture policies of Republic of India under the chairmanship, under the leadership, under the prime ministership, and under the government of Narendra Damodar Das Modi in the current and the future times.
Right, you are the former member of the Delhi Legislative, and just talking about just these farmers' protests, they were all on the outskirts of Delhi. Did you ever get to interact with them, and what do you have to say to them from your side?
You see, I have heard from the rooftops, India is no more democratic. Under Modi's government, the voices are being throttled. There is no democracy in India, and had that been true, the farmers would not have been allowed to protest on the Delhi streets, outside the Lal Killa, tearing down the Indian flag. But the patience exercised by the Delhi police, by the armed army of India, by the government of India, by the Bharatiya Janata Party speaks volume of the total openness of the Indian society, in which dissent, in which support are the two elements of Indian democracy. People can shout, people can support, people can oppose, and people can propose. This is the best part of Indian democracy, which has come to the world viewpoint in Narendra Modi government era in the present times.
Well, I wish you and the entire Bharatiya Janata Party a very good luck for the new coming year. It was amazing having you here with us, and we look forward to addressing you again here on the show.
Thank you for inviting me over to your show. I wish all the American brothers and sisters and all of you who would be our esteemed viewers on this show a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Jai Hind from India, Jai America from Dr. Vijay Jolly from Republic of India. Jai Hind.